What's up, my Pugnos? Andy with Andy Vlogs. Excited to share with you guys this content here. Finally, PolarPro sent me all their stuff that I ordered in like October. Unfortunately, due to the delays in shipment and products globally, they weren't able to get it to me until now. But finally, I'm really excited to be able to go over the 50/50 dome for the GoPro Hero 9 and 10. This thing is really fun. I bought one for my 8 and it doesn't fit the 9 and 10. And I've been waiting till they updated it and they finally refreshed it about a year ago. But again, since the delays in the economy and the shipping, it wasn't able to arrive until now. This is a really cool accessory for you to just goof around with. It makes your underwater photography that much better. Honestly, I really don't like bringing a GoPro underwater just straight up. You need to make sure that you've got the enclosure. But what's nice about this 50/50 dome is that it pushes out where the water is, obviously, on your shot. And so you get a really cool underwater effect when you bring the GoPro from above down below. It gives you this really cool seamless look. And then also when you're swimming and snorkeling and doing all that good stuff underwater, you're not getting as much of the weird sound as well as the weird refractions and whatnot while being underwater. I am not sponsored at all by PolarPro. They didn't even send this to me complimentary after I asked them. But nonetheless, I still want to put out the content because I think this is really interesting and fun. So we're going to be going over both GoPros. I've got the 9 and 10, and we're going to be showing you, inserting them into the dome and showing you how to put it together. It's pretty straightforward, and then we're going to go on location and show you what that looks like. And this thing will set you back about 80 to 90 bucks. I did get it on sale at the time of Black Friday, and so I did get about 20% off, which I think is a good deal. Nonetheless, these things are expensive. Okay, there's a couple of things here. It comes with a really cool microfiber cloth. Obviously, you're going to be using that when drying off and cleaning your dome. It does get wet, so I'm really excited that I'm going to be able to put this water-resistant wipe solution on. That'll make it hydrophobic. There's nothing else really to it. Alrighty, I really like the case that this is in. It is really compact, really sleek. I don't even know how to start here. You just take off this rubbery dome case. I think that's a really nice touch. My other dome got scratched a lot. And then it looks like here that the whole thing does not fit into the dome. It's just the lens. And so you're gonna have to be cognizant of that. It does say on the instructions that you're not supposed to use any other lens but the stock lens. If you use any of their filters that they sell, or if you use the max lens mod, it's obviously not gonna work. It's not gonna fit. You have a latching clamp here for not only the dome itself, but for the GoPro. It just comes and latches back and on. This is how you take off the dome. Oh, yep. What's nice is you have an O-ring here that keeps it secure when you clamp it on. I'm gonna go ahead and take it out so I can clean it. I don't know the best way to do this here. I want to make sure that I don't touch the inside, but I do want to get any kind of grime and soot and crap off of the dome. We're going to open up the water-resistant wipes. Before I undo that, let's hit the dome again. I'm going to coat the whole dome. It says to coat it, there's going to be a filament or a residue that you're going to see. You're going to fill it, wipe it, and then let it dry. You don't want to scrub, but just rub. There is a white little foam that kind of appears on it. Make sure you get every edge. Boom. Set that aside here. I'm gonna go ahead now and press the GoPro 9 into it. There's this little tiny plunger kind of a thing that places in the hole. You can take that out. Then we're gonna go and we're gonna place the GoPro in. The lens itself is gonna press fit. You want to make sure and guide that through first. Make sure you push it all the way through and it's flush here with your camera. I am noticing here a little bit of an issue. One of these clamps here is placed too close. Why didn't they move it over a little bit? Now my GoPro is pushing up against this and it may not be able to get the entire device pressed into it. Maybe you don't want to push it so much. You want to keep it level. And then after that, you're going to put the clamp right on top of it. And then if you have like a grip or if you have another device, you still have access here to connecting it to it. From here, you can grab something like the Shorty or the 3-Way 2.0, which are really good products to use. This obviously is hollow and can float. This is a little bit heavier and may not float, but it does have some utility as it can get and stretch out. We'll go ahead and put the Shorty on here. All right, we've given the dome itself some time to dry. It looks fine now. We're gonna place it right into its spot. Putting these little clamps on isn't too easy. But once you get kind of the angle of it, gotta make sure it goes into that little groove and then it'll push down. Alrighty, we've got the dome in place. Now we're gonna go ahead and attach the Shorty. Alrighty, and there it is. You've got your Shorty connected, you got the wrist strap, you have it connected in the module here, and now you can adjust it how you want. If you want to be swimming, you have all this range of motion, which I think is fantastic, which is a great option here for you. All right, now we're gonna move over to the GoPro Hero 10. We've got the new Enduro battery. It's pretty fun, 25% more battery life. You can check out that video that I did where I tested it. It's pretty awesome. We're gonna be putting the latch door on here because I had the media mod on. This is gonna obviously further protect it to be able to go underwater. Switching over now here, pretty straightforward, same kind of process. You're going to be press fitting the lens right directly into the little spot. You want to try to keep it as uniform as you can. There we go, nice press fit. We're going to latch now the back on, clips right there in place, and now you've got yourself the connected dome. Again, with the Shorty, it's probably the best option here, that you've got the most articulation. You'll still have a lot here on the 3-Way 2.0, but yeah, that's basically it. There you are. All right, my Ponyos, we're here on location. I'm a little embarrassed here to do it in my bathtub, well, because it's really cold where I live, and not necessarily all the rivers and lakes are frozen, but it's just too cold to be able to jump in. There is a swimming pool nearby, but I wasn't able to schedule it, and they also have some rules where you can't really bring in audio and video equipment. With that said, obviously during the summer when we go to the lake, when we go to the beach, I'm going to be bringing this, but in the meantime, since this was recently released, I'm going to show you what it looks like here when we dunk it in the water. I decided for this demonstration here to use the 3-Way 2.0. But I'm starting to learn here that this ball and head joint is a little too weak in order to hold up this really large dome and plastic or glass. So what I'd recommend if you're going to be going out snorkeling or whatever, you're going to be out in the beach or the river, in the lake, use the Shorty, especially the one that can float. This is a fantastic grip. But as far as my demonstration today, because I'm dipping it into water, I'm going to stretch the 3-Way all the way out. That way I don't have to touch this cold water, and plus I didn't want to waste hot water. Okay, I'm going to do side by side here. I'm going to dip it and show you guys what that looks like. So here it goes. Okay, my first check is going to be just dipping it. Lifting it up. And I'll go ahead and dip it back again. What's nice is you can see that hydrophobic coating working as the water came out. You can see that it just rolled right off of it. That's really impressive. You can still see some residual water here on the bottom, but I think as far as your shots are gonna go, that hydrophobic film is definitely doing its job. I'll show you that demonstration here as I push it down and pull it up. You can see that it's starting to just fall right off. Kind of like water and oil. That's pretty cool. Alright, my ponios, well, that about does it here. You guys saw the side-by-side, pretty straightforward. You saw the anamorphic film working its magic. A few things that I noticed, I don't like how it's not completely enclosed like I mentioned in my unboxing. When I was shooting here, the water actually would touch the screen and it would register a touch. And so sometimes it would do exposure, freezing, or aperture holding. And I don't like that. I didn't notice that it actually touched any of the buttons here, but it's unfortunate here that they didn't opt into a full enclosure. That would have been nice. I did notice here what's nice, on the inside there was no condensation, there was no leakage, and so the press fit of the lens into the hole there is satisfactory. And so, you know, granted, if you're going to be on the surface snorkeling, it's going to do its job. If you're going to be doing anything lower than, you know, what's typical of a couple of meters, then you may have issues where water might leak in. I did notice that these clamps are very weak. They don't clamp very strongly to it. However, having 5 of them clamp, I guess, is more reasonable, and it does hold it into place. It is nice to be able to clean the dome and have it be able to take it off, but that's about it. Now, one thing I'm noticing here is that if you push the lens in too far, it's actually gonna start grabbing onto it, and it's even starting to pivot off of it. So you just gotta kind of press harder, pull it off, and then you'll be good to go. I'm just a little worried here now that it's pulled off. Now I've exposed my lens. That's not good. You know, I'm just a little disappointed. I think the idea is novel. I think it's fun. But I think PolarPro, you guys kind of fell flat on this one. I'm a little disappointed. With that said, guys, if this is something that you're interested in, I haven't really been able to find any others in the market here. Well, I haven't really been able to find any other model that is this high quality of dome. Honestly, it's really, really impressive. But you got to be very, very careful because it'll get little scratch marks if you leave it on the ground, if you hit any kind of surface that could scratch this. So make sure you've got that dome cover on there. Other than that, guys, thanks so much for watching this content. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.